The second part is the pattern of focus and belief, and they relate to one another. See, whatever you focus on, you're going to feel whether it's true or not. Have you ever had an experience where somebody did something, or you thought somebody did something? Even better example. You heard, you thought, and you thought they did it to take advantage of you. And as you focused on that, you got angry or sad or hurt. And then later on, you found out you were dead wrong, that either they never did it, it wasn't true, or that wasn't their intent, and you felt bad about it, or you felt embarrassed. How can that be? Because whatever we focus on, we feel, whether it's true or not. Focus equals feeling, just like the way you move affects your feeling. See, right now, if I said to you, what are you juiced about in your life? What could you be excited about? If you really wanted to be excited in your life right now, what could you be excited about? Or what are you proud of? Or could you be proud of if you wanted to be proud? Or who in your life do you really love? Who loves you? Think about it for a moment. Who do you really love? Who loves you? By the way, how does that feel when you focus on or you think about someone you love? See, whatever you focus on, you're going to feel. Focus equals reality to the individual, even though it's not reality in actuality. I'll say that again. Focus equals reality to the individual, even though it's not reality in actuality. That's a complicated way of saying whatever you focus on, you're going to feel, whether it's true or not, because your brain doesn't know the difference between something you vividly imagine, that's called focus on, or something you actually experience. It's very powerful. If you use this to your advantage, it means something very simple. How fast can you change how you feel? As fast as you change your focus, as fast as you change the way you move. See, right now, if you're focused on something that's really upsetting or something you're worried about or something you're fearful about, you're going to feel those feelings. If you focus on something you're really grateful for, you're going to feel a totally different set of feelings. See, you are in control and you can change your feelings in an instant. The problem is we don't believe we can change that fast. And the second problem is we have patterns of doing this, don't we? We tend to, like, on a regular basis, focus on what overwhelms us, or focus on what we're upset with in our spouse, or focus on why we failed in the past. And if you keep focusing on things where you didn't succeed, guess what? You're going to feel like a failure. And when you feel like a failure, you're not going to take action to make things better. You can't build on the past that doesn't work.
Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Fired up, ready to go ahead and take on the month of October. A lot of abundance and a lot more blessings are flowing to and through this month. So let's go ahead and get into today. Before we dive into today's topic on how to rewire your brain for success, right? The 3 different tips that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be diving into focus. We're going to be diving into the belief and the language that we speak. So go ahead and drop down. What is everybody grateful for the morning? Grateful to be alive, grateful to be healthy. Got through this beast of a storm, Hurricane Ian, over the past week and a half. Thankful and grateful to have power, to have water. Telling you guys, like it's been a long time since I had my alkaline. I've been waiting for it. Shane's finally getting his signal over there in Port Charlotte, literally almost 2 weeks. Feels good to finally get back in action. Let's go. I love it. Fired up. So let's go ahead and get into today. I'm grateful for the little things. That was definitely a big check for a lot of people over here in Florida, to really be grateful for the little things, even in a couple other states that it hit. So praying for the families that were affected. But let's go ahead and get into it, right? This stems from Tony Robbins. I gave you guys a little snippet on the 3 keys, right? The 3 hacks that anybody can go ahead and utilize when it comes to bettering your mindset, when it comes to really rewiring our self-talk, our thinking, and getting into the right habits, back into our rituals, right? For some of us, we couldn't do, half our rituals for the past week and a half. So we had to get back into the swing of things. So ready to go ahead and get into it. So let's dive in. The first thing I want to go ahead and talk about today is going to be focus, right? If we were to draw a triangle, this is the triangle for today. We have focus, we have belief and meaning, and we have language. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with the top one. We're going to be talking about focus. Okay, so focus is important when it comes to any aspect of life, but we're going to talk about business today. So focus. What is the focus that you are actually taking the time to give the business, right? What is the focus that we are taking the time to go ahead and give all 6 pillars? So when it comes to really bettering whatever skills that you guys want to go to master coming into October, I ask you this all the time, but when you finally answer the question, now you're really going to start seeing the success. Okay, so my first question is, what educators are you ready to go ahead and dive into and tap into for the next 30, 60, 90 days to go ahead and master inside and out. Is it going to be trading? Is it going to be the ECX side? If it's trading, Monday through Friday, we've been getting a bag, right? Literally just paid for the monthly membership in a matter of 5 minutes this morning on a session. So it pays to be able to show up. So whether you guys are diving in with trading, whether you're diving in with ECX, I'm telling you, in 30 days, you have the ability to go ahead and launch and actually get your store up and start putting ads behind your store, right? Deanna is a perfect example of somebody that never did it before, but now she's already got her stores up. She's got ads flowing out, and she is ready to have ka-chings start coming into her store. Why? Because she was focused for even a span of 30 days, a month, right? So we talked about it, even on this week's calls. What if we could forget about the 90 days and start with the 21, right? What is one of the first biggest checkpoints when it comes to our consistency? What day is everybody on? I think we're on about 75, right? So drop down your consistency. But I just had a talk with Jay. Even something so simple as to be able to have a base as something that you can be consistent with. This is where it all begins, right? So what is the focus that we're going ahead and we're giving all different aspects of the business, whether it be trading, ECX, the morning routine. And as you start to develop, you're able to habit stack, right? You're able to go and habit stack. Now you've mastered how to journal. Now maybe you might add in your 10-minute meditation. Now soon enough, you're able to go ahead and fit in your yoga to get your workout. So now you're really vibrating high. You've had your alkaline water. You've had your whole food, maybe small meal or shake for the morning. Now you start to compile all of these different things because you've allowed yourself to focus on the right things. You see, a problem with many of us is we end up majoring in minor things. We end up getting caught up in a lot of tedious little things that don't truly add any value. Let's go. Day 78, day 65. Proud of you guys. So focus. This is going to be huge, right? The focus that somebody gives, the attention to this next 90 days, I'm telling you right now, is going to dictate how 2023 ends up, believe it or not, right? We can truly set up the whole next year coming in to this next 90-day sprint. Sean G. Murphy talks about it all day long. I don't care who you are or what you think. In a matter of 90 days, you can go ahead and make an extra $5,000 per month, an extra $5,000 trading inside of whatever it is you're doing in a matter of 3 month span if you are willing to focus. Okay, so that's the focus side. Huge, major part of this puzzle. The second piece is going to be the belief and the meaning. Okay, the belief and the meaning is everything when it comes down to the results and the success that we end up getting. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. Why is it that in the US we had an event with about 2,000 people, but over there just this month in October, Switzerland, right? Zurich, Switzerland, over there, they had 10 to 11,000 inside of the building, vibrating, all elevating. You know what's funny? They were supposed to have the event in Dubai, but a lot of those people actually had a house party, so they already had their tickets paid for, so they didn't even show up to that event. So they had thousands that were still left to actually be able to come back inside of that building, and it just goes to show how much momentum is happening right here, right now, how much success is actually being conduced inside of IM Academy, whether it be from trading, ECX. People are winning from all different angles. Chairman 10s, Chairman 25s are popping. And this is why I'm so happy and grateful to be a part of this company, to be a part of this space, and to know that we are so early for what is to come. I don't know if many of you know or not, but I saw pretty much this company at its infancy. I saw it pretty much at the birth with only 1,200 customers, with only one product, Chris Terry and the harmonic scanner. And to see it get to the peak of what it was at, in 2021, literally over 200,000 customers, coming towards $1 billion company, everything has to retrace, right? Just like we've learned in the markets, nothing ever goes straight up. So just like life, just like business, we have a retrace. And Pete, here's the problem. And this is one of the biggest things I've learned inside of the journey. You ready? Just like a chart, it has a retrace, but the problem is when it retraces, most people think this is a position of being stuck. Most people think this is a position of starting from scratch. But the truth is, you have experience, you have new knowledge, you have new wisdom to go ahead and apply coming into your new season of this journey. So I need you to understand that, right? Even though many of you might have seen or think things have slowed down, let me tell you, things are boiling and getting ready for the next what? The next higher high. Okay. So the belief that I have, somebody asked me this earlier, Dee, what is your belief for right now? What is your belief coming into the future? I've never been more excited for what is to come. Why? Because I've studied success. I understand how the 1% think. While 90% of people are fearful, what is happening on the other side? They're greedy. They're drooling at the mouth. Warren Buffett talks about it all day long. So while the world is fearful, there's so much opportunity inside of a disaster, whether it be a hurricane, whether it be with wars, whether it be with a recession. Okay, here's a nugget for you guys for today in case you didn't know. Pay attention. 60% of Fortune 500 companies, guess when they were built? Inside of a recession. You see, inside of a recession, inside times like these, let me teach you what happens with money. Money doesn't just disappear, it gets redistributed into the smarter hands. So those that are able to see trends, those that are able to take advantage of what is to come before it happens, end up making a lot of money. Those that have disposable money to go ahead and invest when the time is right, end up making a lot of money. Those that are able to have multiple streams of income over the course of this recession are going to be positioned very well coming into the future. And guess what we have right here at our fingertips? We have trading, right? This is a recession-proof skill set. Doesn't matter whether the market goes up, whether the market goes down. We are able to profit inside of these markets, okay? We have e-commerce. In the fourth quarter, e-commerce makes 10 times as much money than the first 3 quarters because of all the holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, right? We can name 25 of them right now, but you need to understand this is a time to be able to take advantage, not a time to be fearful, a time to be fruitful and abundant, right? Health and wellness is coming in, right? We have real estate coming inside of the company where we're not only going to be able to learn how to take advantage of physical real estate inside of this recession, but also the digital side of real estate. For those of you that have been diving into the meta web 3.0, yes, this is still a very real thing to take advantage of coming into these next 2 years, right? By 2024, I'm telling you, this call is dated, it's marked. We're going to be able to go back and look at it. So the belief that you have, okay, the meaning that you give what you have access to is a direct correlation a lot of the times to our results. You see, whatever we give meaning to ends up determining the level of action that we give it. If you, let me ask you this, okay? If you were to go to the doctor today and they were to tell you had a certain amount of time to live, and I would highly suggest you start changing your diet, how fast would you change your diet? Hopefully you'd probably change it the second that you came back home from that visit. Why? Because you changed the meaning of it. You could have easily, if you didn't have that visit, you could have easily go ahead and ate the same things you did yesterday, wasted the same time that you did the day before that. But the second that you got that type of news, what happened? You had a different meaning, therefore you changed your level of action. I had to do this when I was sleeping out of my car, when I was 30K in debt, when I lost my sister to cancer. I had to give life a different type of meaning. I had to realize that, guess what? Why is there people that are seeing success right from their phone and I'm not? Because I wasn't taking it as serious as some were. I wasn't really showing up on the calls. I wasn't really plugging in. And there was a reason why my results directly reflected it. I couldn't really show my calendar for the month. I didn't really have a direct routine. And this is why I'm telling you, it is a reflection of the meaning and the focus and the beliefs that we end up giving our goals and our visions and what it is that we're going after. And the third piece of the triangle, okay, is going to be language. Okay? Language. Here's the deal. When it comes to language, this happens inside and this happens outside. This happens internally and this happens externally. And I'm going to tell you where the real key is, right? Where the big switch is for most people. Anybody can go ahead and here's the deal. It's easier to go ahead and speak verbally, right? It's easier to go ahead and speak it out. I'm ready for success. I'm ready to go ahead and experience abundance. But the hard part is the self-talk. When we're all by ourselves and nobody else is around, how are we feeling and how are we speaking to ourselves when we're all alone? Do you believe that you can be a successful trader? Do you believe that you can actually go ahead and learn the skill set of dropshipping and e-commerce and really make an abundant next 3 months for yourself? Because I'm telling you right now, the language that we speak internally is going to directly affect what actually happens externally. Okay, for real, this is one of my biggest struggles. This is for a fact, and I've been there too. Okay, I've been the person to write these notes, to write the affirmations, to write the journaling, and my self-talk, right? I said it out loud. I was saying it, I was speaking it, but my self-talk, it didn't reflect what I was saying on the outside. And that's what truly matters. That's why they say what we practice in private ends up getting preached in public. Well, this is what they mean. When nobody's there, are you willing to go ahead and do 5 or 10 push-ups when nobody's around? Are you willing to go ahead and get on the Zooms? Are you willing to go ahead and show up? This is the self-talk. Because if the self-talk is negative, you're not going to want to show up. You're not going to want to post on social media because you think everything is negative, nothing's working out for you. You're not going to want to get on the Zoom calls because in your head, you think you're losing all the trades and everybody else is winning. I've been there. I know what that feels like. And guess what? I had to switch. The self-talk, the language, right? There's a reason why spelling is called spelling, because the words that we speak, the words that we have internally cast spells. They literally send out, for every thought that we think sends out a frequency. So here's the deal with our language. Whatever we're speaking, we're thinking on a completely different level. So I can tell a lot of individuals' frequency just by getting on the phone with them for 2 minutes. All I need is 2 minutes. And I can hear the negativity, and I can hear the frustration, I can hear the anxiety. That means their self-talk is at a whole different level. So I know from Sean G. Murphy, taking a $1,200 12-week program, one of the first things that's required to happen to rewire our mindset is to switch that self-talk. He spent tens of thousands of dollars to understand self-talk to a T for a reason. There's a reason why people pay him $10,000 to $15,000 for an hour to go ahead and speak, because of the language, because of the neuroencoding that he's able to actually rewire in people's brains. So this isn't coming from me. This is coming from direct sources that have immense amounts of success and impact. So 3 keys to go ahead and think about for today, right? What is the belief and meaning that you have for your business, that you have for yourself, and that you have for the value that you can go ahead and give to the world? Because if nobody told you today, you are valuable, you make a difference. And I'm telling you right now, when you apply yourself, when you truly believe what you can really do with what's in our fingertips, the world is going to move out of your way. Okay, so what focus, what belief are you giving the access that we have, right? What is the language that we're speaking on a daily basis, right? All 3 of these things is major when it comes to ending 2022 strong. So family, that is my training for you guys today. I hope you got a little bit of value. If you're ready to go ahead and apply the focus, if you're ready to go ahead and up the belief, if you're ready to go ahead and change the language for the better, drop some 3s down below, because I am with you, family, every step of the way. Those of you that have been getting down your journaling, you've started to see how powerful language is, right? When you can start the morning off with gratitude, when we can go ahead and change the state in a matter of seconds by what we say internally and the actions that we take. So family, I love you guys. Go out and be abundant. Remember, you can be, do, or have anything that you can hold in your mind. You can hold it right here in your hand. Let's finish off the month of October with a bang. I love you, family. Let's get to work. It's game time. Let's go.